What kind of shitty, terrible human beings? And when I say shitty, terrible human beings, I'm not talking about anybody who's alive today. I'm talking about the people who were around, who supported, created, and then enacted the Social Security system back in the 1930s. I'm not talking about today. What kind of shitty human being says, I'm gonna have to retire one day. If I don't save up money during my life while I'm working, I'm gonna end up on the streets with nothing to fund myself. So faced with this dilemma of what do I do when I retire? What do I do when I'm too old to fund and support my own life? What kind of shitty human being says, I got a great idea. Instead of saving up money by being fiscally conservative over the many decades of my working life from, let's say, age 18 to age 50, 60, instead of being conservative with what I spend my money on, instead of buying a bunch of overpriced shit that I don't need, using credit card and other debt loan schemes, instead of being fiscally conservative so that when I retire, I have decades worth of savings, I got a better idea. Let's create a social security system. We always like to give it, you always give it, when it comes to government programs, you give it the name that it's the exact opposite of. Because Social Security is actually social insecurity. Because look how insecure we are as a society today thanks to Social Security. When Social Security first began, it was really fucking secure, wasn't it? With like 150 workers per retiree. That's a lofty retirement right there. Now look where we are today as the Social Security Ponzi scheme has imploded. Now it's like one worker per retiree. It's like one or two workers per retiree. And so here it is, guys, from the official Social Security website. Ratio of covered workers to beneficiaries. The number of workers per retiree. In 1940, the ratio was 159. You had 35,000 workers per 222 retirees. Of course, that's obviously in thousands, but that's the ratio proportional. 159 per worker. Okay? Per retiree. 5 years later, a third of that. And I'll check this number on the site. Look at the ratio of worker per retiree and watch that number plummet as the years go by. It's like time travel. This is like a time travel case study in government failure. And the failure of Social Security. It only goes up to the year 2013. 2.8 workers per retiree from when it started at 159. So this is what you call a Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme that's imploding before our eyes while masking itself as, quote, security for society, Social Security. Because if ever there are fewer younger people than retirees, the system becomes top-heavy and it fucking implodes literally. So Social Security is a system that always begs and demands that there are more young, newer working generations than there are old retiring people. But then what happened when the baby boom happened? The baby boom after World War II? A fuck ton of people came back from the war, had a fuck ton of babies, and then what happened? You ended up having so many babies born in a short period of time that they all came to retirement age around the same period of time, and there weren't, in following generations, as many workers as there were old retired people, and the system is now top heavy. So what are you even paying into anymore? So what kind of shitty human being says, yeah, I'm going to retire one day, and I don't really know what I'm going to do about the fact that I'm going to retire. I could either be fiscally conservative and save up my money intelligently over many decades, or I can just not think about saving for retirement and say, I don't got to worry about saving money. Because the younger generations, 4 decades from now, they'll fund my retirement. Not taking into account the possibility that what if not enough young retirees, or rather, what if not enough young new working generations are born to support the Social Security system? Social Security is putting the burden of fiscal responsibility and long-term financial planning. It's putting the burden onto somebody else. And for that matter, it's technically literally just throwing it on to younger people, younger generations who are currently working while you're retired. And here's a newsflash. A lot of people don't understand this. A lot of people think that when money is taken out of your paycheck for Social Security, that taxes that are taken out of your paycheck for Social Security, a lot of people think that those taxes are going to a little retirement savings fund just for you. When you retire at 65 or whenever the hell you retire, it's a little fund. Those taxes are being taken out of your paycheck for a little special fund just for you. Nope, that's not what the taxes, the money taken out of your paycheck for Social Security, it's not going for your own personal retirement fund. It's going to pay for current retirees. Your Social Security tax cut from your paycheck is paying for current retirees. That's how the system was modeled. The current young people pay for the current retired people. Just checking out for the cat. So, that's a big misconception people have. So basically what happens is that what you realize when you realize how Social Security works, what you realize is that you're not saving for your own retirement. You're putting your own retirement in the hands of younger generations. And you better goddamn hope that there's a bunch of young people coming in the future, a bunch of new, younger generations. And you better goddamn hope that there's a lot more young working people than there are old retired people. Otherwise, your Social Security retirement is going to suck shit. It's going to be like it is today, which is like 1.5 workers per retiree compared to the 150 workers per retiree like 4 decades ago. So you're not paying for your own retirement. You dumped the responsibility onto somebody else. And as a result, it basically enables you, because you don't have to think long term and be fiscally conservative, it enables you to be a reckless, dumbass consumer who buys a bunch of useless shit he doesn't need, overpriced shit, an overpriced big-ass house, an overpriced big-ass fucking car that you didn't really need, because, hey, I don't have to think long term fiscally. I don't have to think about retirement. I'm just going to spend my fucking money away because younger generations are going to take care of me. It's a shitty, evil, criminal Ponzi scheme system for loser pieces of garbage. For idiots. And it's a goddamn shame that something as disgusting as the Social Security system came out of America. It's disgraceful. Doesn't mean I hate America. It means I want it to be great again. Fuck the Social Security system.
We've been friends for a long time.
Hi, no comment about your meeting with the president-elect. Nothing to say?
I just want to take a picture right now.
You take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. All right?
So we just interrupted it.